What is up, everybody?
Hello.
How's it going? And today we're back with another review video, and we're going to be talking about Crawl. Me and my family went to go watch it yesterday on Friday, the 12th of July, 2019, and it was a really great movie. I don't know why Paramount didn't want to advertise it much. Like, critics weren't talking about it. All they released was like a trailer and no more information about it. But I think it was a really great movie. It was just under 90 minutes, which is probably a perfect time for a summer movie. And yeah, Marcus, what was your thoughts about it?
So, it was terrifying, but good.
Yeah, and I just want to say that it was a really great thriller movie. I really loved it. It got a lot of the jump scares got me, especially the first one where the tree came through the window. I mean, I was expecting that kind of stuff from a Category 5 hurricane, and yeah. And then not only is the Category 5 hurricane about to drown them, but there's also killer alligators too. Which I was surprised they did alligators instead of crocodiles, because crocodiles are more famous than alligators. And anyways, so I really loved the type of connection that Haley had with her father, and how the whole apex predator thing came into use later in the movie. Anyway, so at the beginning of the movie, it showed a swim team class thing that was going on. And Haley, the main character, lost against this other girl, which probably felt disappointing to her. And then in the locker room, she was calling her mother, or I think it was her sister.
It was her sister.
It was her sister, yeah.
Her name was Beth.
And then she went to go check on her father, who was living in, I forgot what city, but it was in Florida, somewhere in Florida. And he was in during a hurricane, Category 5 hurricane. So she was just going to check to see if he was okay. She went to his new house, didn't find him, but found his phone and
his dog.
And his dog, and her dog, Sugar. And then she decided to go look at the old house after talking with her sister again. And then, sure enough, in the basement, with a little help from Sugar, she found her father nearly dead.
Because she checked him, his chest, the chest area, and she found
it was on his shoulder.
His shoulder, and she found a giant bite mark onto it.
Yeah, and before she saw the wound, she was already getting attacked by the alligator, which is still what I love. When a movie doesn't go with the cheesy character meetups or anything like that, or any character moments, they just get straight into the action, which is great. You'll barely find any movies that does that nowadays, because horror movies mainly focus on the characters that are being killed, so that they can crack a couple jokes and make people laugh, but it's super cheesy. And then her father wakes up, he tells her about the alligators, and she's like, "No dip, Sherlock." And then they're stuck down there for a long while. And then Haley realizes that she left her phone out of their safety spots from when she first got attacked by the first alligator.
So she tried to go get it back, but then an alligator bit her. She was so close to getting back, but then an alligator bit her in the leg and started dragging her away.
Yeah, and then she fought them off pretty good, and then she
stabbed the alligator that was attacking her in the eye with a screwdriver.
After stabbing it a couple times in the neck, and then in the snout and stuff like that. and then she wound up in a different spot than her father did, so they were separated, but they were still within like yelling distance of each other. So they were just screaming at each other while the two alligators were just lurking around. And then she sees some people out by a gas station, which immediately gives us the first kill, a first death of the movie, where this guy and this lady, their names were never mentioned, were robbing a gas station for all the money that they could find after they survived the hurricane. They grabbed an ATM machine and loaded it up on their boat, but then the guy that was with the lady noticed Haley's flashlight in the basement of their house, and he wanted to go help. But the thing is, he was distracted on his lady friend back at the boat being chomped alive by a bunch of alligators.
No, there's only one.
Anyways, and then he's not too far on the menu, and then he's not too far left on the menu. And then after his brother notices that his brother is being eaten alive, he kind of freaks out and then looks up at one of those like mirror things that are on top of the stores, and then sees an alligator behind him. But as soon as he notices what's going on, it's already too late, and the alligator got him. So the alligator's got a 3-fer on that one.
Also, with the second guy to die, we think that it was the coolest death because like 3 alligators just started swarming him and started like eating his limbs off.
It wasn't the second guy.
Oh, what?
It was the 5th.
The 5th. Oh.
Yeah. Anyways,
The second guy.
We're getting to that part. And then Haley noticed that they'd all died, so she's like, you know what? I'm going to get out myself. And then she tries, but again, fails. After putting a tourniquet around her leg, her and her father have a peaceful conversation about whatever. And then, do you remember what happened after that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember. And then she noticed that the police arrived. Oh wait, no. Haley's father, he was completely out of the safe spot, and he was going to find something to rejoin his bones together because they attacked his arm, and no, not his arm. His leg. He was trying to snap his bones back into place because they messed it up pretty bad, and he successfully does it. And then that's when that's when he measures the water and checks his watch and predicts that in less than an hour of them being in there, the whole place would be completely underwater. And then surprisingly, after all of this, the dog is still alive, which is kind of happy. The last thing I'd want in my perfect summer movie is to have a dog die. Haley sees a couple of police officers that are looking for survivors.
There's also one that was named Wayne, which was Beth's, the other girl's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
I think it was her ex-husband.
No.
Because she had a baby.
No.
Maybe it was the ex-boyfriend, but whatever.
So Wade was also on that boat with the other police officer. Haley set off a. Haley started yelling, and her father started banging. Shovel on some pipes, and that got Wade's attention. And then he went into the garage, and then opened up the basement door, and he was about to go in there, but they were warning him about the alligators. And then he was trying to contact the other cop, and then he turned around for a second, and then that second came out a surprise jump scare and surprise death of Wade that really surprised people. That really surprised you if you hadn't watched too much ads, which I have. So they spoiled that kill for me. But basically, while he was looking away, the alligator jumps out and snatches his torso and then pulls him back into the basement and kills him there. While
his he tried to get out from the basement, and so the dog just saw that and he was like having blood coming out of his mouth. And it was just disgusting.
And then the other cop, the reason why he didn't answer the radio is because he was distracted on another alligator pulling on the swing set that they have in front of their door or in front of their house.
This was the guy that got whipped too.
Yeah, and then the alligator broke free and then grabbed him and then threw him, which he performed an awesome, ridiculously awesome stunt where basically he on set he was asked to, as soon as the CGI crocodile looks like he's gonna throw him, he was asked to jump out of the water and do a whole bunch of spins in the air right back into the water, and he did it perfectly. The thing is, they had to make 36 shots for it, so it took a while, but they finally got that stunt. And then he landed into another alligator, and then 3 more alligators came swarming in and just tore off, and just completely tore him to pieces, tearing off each of his limbs, including his head. So it was a 5 alligator kill, which was the best human death of the movie. And then
so I think after that they had a conversation how they're gonna the dad was just like I forgot what he said, but he said he was gonna say something that we're gonna beat these guys, the alligators. They're gonna kill them.
Yeah. So he starts banging a brick on the pipes very aggressively to get one of the alligators' attention.
While Haley started swimming because she's in a swim team and she swims really fast.
And then once he did, once the alligator fell for the trap, he dug his shovel underneath one of the pipes that are holding a bunch of other pipes up, and then once the alligator was coming, he sprung a trap where he moved the shovel down and it tore out that pipe, and a bunch of pipes just fell onto the alligator.
And then he started using that shovel to cut his head off.
Not cut his head off. He sliced into the head, but he didn't completely decapitate the alligator.
So that's the first alligator death.
Yep. Which is probably the best, actually, in the movie.
Yes, the alligator that was getting stabbed a bunch of times by a screwdriver did not die.
Yeah. Anyway, so and then Haley had her own problems where she got to another hatch, which is another entrance / exit of the basement. But the problem is there was a table on top of it. That was anchored down by the wall, so they couldn't escape that way.
And so she said to her dad that she was going through the draining pipe.
The drain pipe, yeah, which is where the
alligators are coming from.
Yeah, and then over there, while she was going over there, they set up a whole nursery / hatchery thing, with actually live eggs, and she actually broke a nest full of eggs, and one of the alligators noticed it, and then there's also a dead body in there.
There's a dead police body, so the police had a gun.
Yeah, so she loot the body for the gun, and then she tried shooting it, but it wouldn't work because it was jammed. And then when she noticed the alligator jumped out, snatched her arm, and she had the pistol inside the alligator's mouth, and she just kept on shooting ablaze. I think I counted her shot. She shot that gun 22 times. Loaded 22 rounds inside of the alligator, and obviously it killed it, so there's the second alligator death.
There's no way the alligator survived that.
And then she crawls, and then she swims through the drain pipes, successfully getting out. But the thing is, she was being chased by an alligator that noticed her. And then she just barely made it out. And then went inside the house by breaking through the glass door, the glass sliding door, with a chair. Yeah. And then she broke through and then at this point the basement was almost completely underwater, and her father was starting to drown. And then she took.
In fact, he almost drowned.
She grabbed a crowbar and then just started hacking at the floor. Again, she knew where her father exactly was thanks to the dog, which was scratching at the exact place that he was at. So she had to thank the dog for that. So she successfully got him out of the water. But the thing is, she tried CPR. And then it didn't work, so she was stressing out, and she just started punching her father's chest, and then she eventually got him to come back. And then, which again was a real intense moment. Right there, I actually thought he was actually dead, but then he actually wasn't.
In the first part, I thought he was dead too. I thought he was really dead.
Anyways, and then they get out of the house, and then they notice the boat, and they say that the boat is their only way out. But the thing is, there's a whole bunch of alligators surrounding it, and they say, he says that the only way to get around the alligators, or to get past the alligators, is to move very slowly without splashing at all. Saying that if there's no splashing, there's no hunt for the alligators, which basically means unless they're splashing, the alligators won't actually know that they're there. Then the eye of the hurricane goes right above them, which gets rid of the rain and loses their cover, so they can't move at all until the eye is done.
And there's an alligator that just swam right in between them.
Yeah.
They were terrified. They did not move a freaking muscle.
Yeah, and then her father tells her to do something really intense, and that risks her life. But he says that you're gonna have to swim to the boat. So she does, and she successfully makes it. But again, barely gets snatched by 3 alligators. And then as she was on the boat, she yells "Apex Predator" every day, which really does show that you could really be an apex predator. And then after they get on the boat, but the boat was completely useless in the first place, because then a wall type thing breaks that was keeping a huge flood from coming. So obviously the flood washed them away and back into the house. Luckily not in the basement though. So they still wound up in the house. And then
I don't remember that stuff happens, but then they were getting attacked and they had to try to get to the stairs so that they can be safe from the water.
Yeah, her father makes it and then gets his arm ripped off by
so here's what happened. So the dog was swimming as fast as he can, because I think there was an alligator chasing the dog.
Yeah, there was.
There was chasing Sugar. And so that I almost thought that dog was gonna die. I was like, no, you cannot kill him. Okay, or whatever. So then she started swimming, and then finally her dad pulled Sugar up, but accidentally pulled himself into the water. And so then the alligator bit him in the arm. First dislocated it. And
not dislocated, it ripped.
Well, he bended it a way that really,
broke the arm.
Yeah, broke the arm, and then completely just ripped it off.
Yeah. So that ought to been painful. And then Haley was dealing with a alligator, supposedly she that was in that kitchen when it really wasn't. And then she notices that that one of the cops that died left their radios on, So she grabs it and tries to contact for help, but from all the laughing and conversation over her that was going on, I don't think they believed her. Either that or didn't hear her. So yeah. And then she finally got to the stairs where she was helping her father get up to the attic. But then before she could get to, as soon as they got to the attic, she noticed some police outside again. It was a helicopter.
Rescue helicopter.
She lit a flare. She lit a flare off, and then surprisingly, an alligator crashed through the window and again separated Haley from her father. Her father was in the attic while she was in the bathroom fending off an alligator. She hid in the shower, and then she realized, wait a second, I can trap this thing in here. So she opens the shower door, lets the alligator in, and then climbs over the top of the shower, gets out, and then successfully traps the alligator inside the shower. Once that's done, she gets outside, where again another an alligator starts attacking her. And then luckily a tree floated by, and carried off the alligator with it. So with the help of her father, she was able to get on top of the roof, where they were safe and sound. And then
she lit a flare.
No.
Oh yeah, you forgot to die alligator kill.
Before that happened, I think it was when they were still in the kitchen. No. When was it? It was when they were in the it was when they were in the hallway. When they were in the hallway, an alligator snatched her on the shoulder and just started spinning her around to either make her dizzy or stun her, so that it could be easier for the alligator to kill her. And she was trying to reach a flare, and while it was doing that, it was cutting in between her trying to grab the flare and memories of when she was a little kid. And then she successfully grabbed the flare and stabbed the alligator in the neck with the flare, and then killed that one. And then she got onto the roof.
Lit a flare, and the rescue helicopter noticed them.
And then that's where the movie cut off. And yeah, it was just a really great movie, and it was really it was just I feel like it's the perfect movie for summer that has came out so far. And yeah, if you guys want to see more if you guys want to see more review videos, or maybe like movie trailer reactions like that, then hit the like button and subscribe. And I just want to say that I'm going to be doing a movie review every Saturday, because I work at the movie theater here that we have here, so I get 2 free movie tickets every week, which is nice. So we usually watch a movie on like Thursday or Friday, so that I can record a review video for you guys. So yeah.
And I'm also, some of the review videos I'll be in only when I was the one that watched the movie.
Yeah, next week Marcus might be with us because next week we're going to watch The Lion King, which will be great. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. I'll link my account in the description below. Okay, bye guys.